In this video, I've got a recording of a call that I had with Simon, who is a WP Eagle viewer. Simon has been creating niche websites for quite some time. His latest site is in the air mattress niche, and he writes all of his own content for his sites. During the call, I ask him loads of questions about creating content, and he shares some great tips and ideas that I'm sure you're going to find really useful when it comes to you writing your own content. This video is part of a series of videos all around creating content for your website and all featuring WP Eagle viewers. So I suggest you go check those out. They are really good, even if I do say so myself. And you'll find them all in a playlist that's appeared in a card up there, somewhere up there. And you'll also find a link to that playlist in the description. You'll also find a bit more information about Simon in the description, including a link to his website. So do go check that out. But anyway, I think that's enough intro. Roll the tape. So I've got Simon on now, who's offered some time to talk to me about how he creates content. Now, Simon has been creating websites for quite some time. His latest website is called bestairmattressreviews.com. And as you guessed it, it's about air mattresses. So, yeah, we're going to be talking today about some content. So thank you very much, Simon, for joining me.
That's all right, mate. Very welcome.
Good to have you on. Now, Simon doesn't have a camera on his computer, so whenever Simon talks, I will just flash up a flattering picture of him so you know it's him talking. But anyway, I've got about 7 or 8 questions that I'm going to answer. We'll see how it goes. And hopefully you'll be able to share some tips. So
no problem.
My first question is, obviously you do write your own content. Do you ever outsource any of your content writing?
I haven't yet. I have done in the past on a couple of articles, but I found them to be not very good content. They were cheap writers, I think, so it wasn't that great quality.
Right. So yeah, you ended up having to rewrite it anyway.
Most of it myself, yeah.
But that was a waste of time, yeah. I mean, that can be a problem when you outsource content. If the writers aren't native English or whatever, then it's very noticeable, isn't it, when you read it back? Okay, good. So you write most of your content yourself. So how do you come up with ideas for your content?
Generally, I go to Google, put in questions that I would particularly ask myself, and see what sort of answers come up, and then I would go and do keyword searches on Uber Suggests.
That's the one I mainly use.
That's the one, yeah. To see what search volume I can find, to see if they've got good search volume for that particular keyword or keyword phrase.
Okay, so you're looking for keywords that have got a bit of volume, or
yeah.
So what if you had a load of keyword ideas or article ideas that didn't appear to have much volume? Would you bother creating content around them as well, or not?
Generally, I go for quite a few long tail keywords as well, even if they've got low search volume, because they're easier to rank.
Yeah, I guess that's always the trade-off, isn't it, between volume and the competition then around that particular term.
But then if you look at the fact of, I don't know, say you find 10 or 20, 30 keywords that have only got a volume of, say, 50 search volume. The trick is the more I find, the more content you put on the site of them particular keywords, if you add up all them search terms, search volume, eventually you're going to get enough search volume through that. Because you're going to be ranking easier, you know? You'll have a lot of content out there ranking. So.
Yeah, I often find that it's easier to go for those low volume, low competition ones, but just create lots of different content around those that, and as you say, it adds up. I mean, you could have one search term that's getting 1,000 a day, whatever, but that's really competitive.
Yeah.
And try and rank for that. Or you could do 10 articles that have all got a volume of around 100 a day, and then it's the same amount, isn't it? But
I generally put in, for Uber Suggest, I generally put in like my main keyword for that particular site, be air mattress. And then I look at the search volume, and I also look at the difficulty score. Yeah. Anything that's 50 or below, I will write content on it.
You'll go for. And what kind of success have you had with that? You had some good rankings?
On this site, because this site is pretty new, it's only about 5 or 6 weeks old.
Okay, it's a bit early to say.
It's just starting. Some of the product reviews are getting picked up by Google, because they're not product names, I suppose. And I'm showing keyword search queries in my analytics search console, so it is getting picked up.
It's starting to move. That's good.
Yeah.
So that brings
Which ain't bad for 5 weeks.
No, that's pretty good. That's really quick. That kind of brings me on to my next question. You mentioned you've been writing some product reviews. My next question is, yes, what sort of content do you write? Because obviously there's product reviews, there's buyer's guides, there's more informational type articles where you sometimes have to do a bit more research around a particular subject. There's response posts where you're answering questions, and then there's the pillar type posts where you're kind of going in depth into a particular subject. What sort of content do you write? Well, maybe what sort of content do you prefer to write?
I suppose so far I've done the product reviews. I would go to, it's an Amazon affiliate site.
Yeah.
So I would go and pick the best sellers in the top, say, 10 to 15 best sellers for air mattresses.
Yeah.
And then I will go and find information, read other people's articles, reviews, all around the air mattress products. And then I will just come up with my own questions and answers and things and kind of portray that in the review, finding out information about that particular product, and then write it up in my own words.
Yeah. That sounds perfect. So when you're looking at these other reviews and stuff online, you're just kind of making bullet points about some of the key features, what people are generally saying about something, and the good and bad points of something.
Yeah, the good and the bad, pros and cons. I always start most of my articles, even product reviews, the information, the buyer's guides, I always start with an intro into what the article is going to be about. I'm going to tell them what it's about, what they're going to find, and what they're going to get in the article.
Okay, that's good. And I guess do you focus just on product reviews, or do you do some of those more kind of informational articles that maybe don't always have a product in them?
I will be doing, at the moment the site's got 17 product reviews, 10 for the USA and 7 for the UK. I'm kind of hitting both markets because they do different types of airbeds.
Yeah.
In the different markets.
And I guess because your site's called Best Air Mattress Reviews, it is going to be very review focused, isn't it? Anyway.
Yeah. And then on the information article side, I'm going to be I've actually put a template out today, which I'm writing out today. I've just started about half hour ago for today to do an article for the buyer's guides, the 3 best things to look out for, and then give them some information on that, what to look for when they're buying or looking to buy an air mattress.
Okay, that's cool.
From there, I would obviously portray more information articles for different subjects around air mattresses.
So, I think you kind of touched on the templates and things. Do you have like a template or kind of a structured document or some sort of process thing that you use to create your content? Yeah,
I could share my screen if you like.
Okay.
Show you right now with the one I've just literally started. Right now, let us know when you can see my screen, mate, and I'll pull it up.
Yep.
There you go. Let's see if you can see that. Literally, this information article template. This without this section here, because this is going to be my title for today. This is the template. It's just a document, like a open office document.
Yep.
That's where I write all my sort of articles and that. But I would start with my title tag, which is your H1. An introduction, the body, a subheading with this keyword in, and then a question, a bit on the answer on the question, and then final thoughts, and then summary and verdict. And I may add a few things in this as I go, but this is my general information article template that I would generally start with.
So it's just a case of kind of filling that out, and then the article kind of will put itself together.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Good. Oh, there's me. That's scary.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me show you just quickly my review. This would be in here. So if you take, say, for this one,
okay. Yeah.
Review template. Yeah, there's my product links. There's my H1, the introduction. I would put a link over to Amazon. Heading 2, again with the keyword in, and then review. And then I literally just start putting a little bit about the product, then features and benefits, main features, like standout features.
Yeah.
Then you've got size and dimensions, so this is like the whole review part. Also what's in the range. Sometimes they come with different sizes. I think this one's the king, and then you've got a double and a single, so I would link in there with them as well. Yeah. Weight and capacity of the different sizes and what they can, the 4 mounts. If you've got, big people on an air mattress, sometimes they can pop.
So you've got to be aware of that.
Weight values, of what it can take. Then another link out. Then another heading 2 with pros and cons. Heading 3, pros, cons. Little blurb about that, like a bullet list.
Yeah, so I see you use bullet lists. Do you use any other kind of rich formatting? Do you ever use tables or anything like that?
I've got a table on my site, which is a plugin which lists out all of the headings and subheadings, and it goes into the top of the.
Okay, that's like a table of contents, yeah?
Yes, that's the one, mate, yeah.
Okay. I was thinking more of where you kind of maybe list out products in a table with images and the stats and that kind of stuff. Have you ever tried that? I
haven't done that yet, because I find them tables drive me loopy.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's personal preference.
Go before, so...
Yeah, they are a nightmare sometimes to put together. Although AAWP, which is a plugin that I've used a little bit, if you're using Amazon, is quite good for that. Anyway, well, thanks for sharing that template.
No worries.
I think we're about done. So one other thing a couple of things I was going to ask you actually is, my first thing, we've been talking about Amazon. What are your thoughts about the recent commission changes? Has that put you off promoting Amazon? Are you going to continue promoting Amazon? Are you going to look for other merchants? What are your thoughts and feelings on that?
To be fair, I don't think it makes much difference. This site obviously is pretty brand new, so it wasn't making any commissions yet anyway. Yeah. So when they've come in, the UK commissions, I don't think they've changed much yet.
No, they haven't changed them yet, no.
So, I'm targeting UK and America on the site. So, at the end of the day, it's hard work to get a site up, get it going, get it ranked, get people coming to the site. It takes a long time,
Yeah.
So, I noticed yesterday in your live, mate, you've done like 3,000 or something odd in sales for your best roof box.
Yeah.
But commission was like just over £100 or whatever it was, $100 or whatever. It seems like a lot of work,
Yeah.
for such a little amount. But,
it does.
Yeah, that's Amazon, isn't it?
That's how it goes. But yeah, but I found that trying to get onto other affiliate programs, well, I'm going to be doing a video about this very soon because I'm still signing up for a few. That's hard as well. And
that takes a bit of time.
You don't know how much the sites that I'm signing up for, they're very specific in the kind of products they sell. So, whereas I'm referring people to get a roof box and they're buying pasta and God knows what else, that won't happen when I refer them over to a shop that just does roof boxes.
It'd be more targeted, I think, wouldn't it? Where they're coming in just for the roof box. And
I think Amazon converts at a lot higher rate than a lot of other sites. So I will wait and see. I've got other ideas for site, and there's AdSense and stuff like that. Okay, one last thing then.
No worries.
Any tips for people that are thinking about writing their own content?
Practice.
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 Okay. So the first article you write might not be that good.
No, mine was terrible when I first started. I've been in marketing for almost 13 years now. And when I first started, I'm dyslexic as well. So I tend to read things backwards. And then I'll write them out backwards and forwards, and I have to read a sentence 3 or 4 times before it makes sense to me. But over the years, my first articles, the grammar, the spelling, everything was terrible. Yeah. But it has got better as I've done more and more and more. But the problem for me is not having money to outsource a lot of content. Some bits I have done here and there. It's a case of get your head down and get it done.
Yeah.
No one else is going to do it for you, you know. You've got to just get stuck in and write it out. But
Yeah.
I tend to, another little tip I would say is when you've written your article out, don't go and post it straight to your blog.
Okay.
Let it sit for a night, come back, read through it the next morning, when you get online, read through it, and you'll see all the mistakes that you've made.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's fresh, it's not so stuck in your mind when you're writing it.
Yeah, it's like a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Yeah, that's it, mate. And then you can make adjustments and then, maybe post it and get ready for the next one.
Okay, that's a good tip. So keep writing, and your articles, they will get better, and hopefully it will get a bit easier as well. And also
definitely.
reread your article the next day, proofread it the next day.
It used to take me around 5 or 6 hours to write, a good 1,000, 1,200, maybe 1,500 words. It would take me about 6-7 hours to do that. Now I can get that down 1,500 words probably in about 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Okay, so yeah, you get quicker and you get better.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good tip. So that also leads me on to actually one other question, which is, do you have a word count in your head that you're aiming for, or do you just kind of see how the article goes and what needs to be said, and it just kind of, the length is determined by the subject and the content? Or do you always think, I need to write 1,500 words today?
I aim for 1,500 or more, depending on the questions asked in the article and general what the topic is about. Because some things, you just can't give 1,500 word answer.
Yeah, and maybe you don't need to fill it out that long. I mean,
no, and
we've noticed that actually in the income school, I've noticed is that Google have, especially for questions, it wants to deliver an answer quite quickly. So by trying to fill out your article with a load of fluff is probably slowing the process down. So therefore, Google might not like that.
Yeah, I mean, Google, I believe they just want good, fresh content. I don't think it matters too much on the amount of content it is, as long as it's fresh and it's good.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Fresh and good, and you'll be fine.
User friendly. That's
readable and useful. Yeah,
and helpful.
And helpful. Yeah. So do you write at a particular time of day? Do you like first thing in the morning or in the evening, or is it just whenever you got some time?
I mostly work through the night because it's a little bit noisy in my house with the kids and grandkids and dogs.
Yeah, and they're all sleeping at night. Yeah.
When everyone's asleep, I'm in the office writing.
Okay. So yeah, just find that quiet time and crack on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for that. That's been really interesting, really useful. Thank you for contributing.
No worries, mate. Very welcome.
To my video. I'll put links to Simon's website in the description of this video if you want to go check it out. But yeah, thanks very much. That's been really useful.
Brilliant. Thanks for having me on, mate.
That brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. Simon shared some great stuff during that call. And by the way, Simon's a regular in the WP Eagle Facebook group. So if you want to connect with him, that would be a good place to do that. You'll find a link to that Facebook group in the description to this video. If you're not already subscribed, you can do so by clicking on my face up there. Want to check out the vlog channel? Just click on my other face, which is up there somewhere. And here are a couple more videos. They've been chosen specially for you. Until next time, bye for now.